Hey foodies! So I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back with the jump off. Name that artist in the comments below. So I'm starting a new series, which is going to be old school family recipes from my grandmother, my children's grandmother, my great grandmother, great aunts. So we're going to be going back in time, getting in the food wayback machine, and we're starting with this very classic 3-bean salad. Now, there's a million different variations of this salad nowadays, but this was the OG. This is the traditional one that your grandmother made. The only thing she didn't use was that. This Del Monte decided to get super smart, and they put the green and the wax beans together. So grandma didn't. She used just a can of green beans and a can of wax beans. So if you can't find these Del Monte ones, do what she did and just buy the separate cans. But because of that, I'm using 2. I'm also using a yellow onion, not a red onion, and diced green pepper. We'll talk a little bit more about these ingredients as we go. And Crisco vegetable oil, period. You're not going to use olive oil, and I'll tell you why. You're not going to use any type of other oil. This is the oil you're going to use because this is what grandma used. And there's also a smart physics reason. And we're going to use white vinegar along with dark red kidney beans. Our spices are going to be celery seed, some dry mustard, salt and pepper to taste, some minced garlic, about 3 cloves, and sugar. Yes, sugar. And again, I'll get into it as we get into it. And as usual, the recipe will be, or at least the ingredients will be in the description box below. If you're watching this on TV, you'll have to get on your phone, tablet, or computer to see that. So let's get at it. So I'm going to start by obviously draining my beans. Again, I love that they combine these, but if you can't find them, go ahead and buy them separately. Putting in my peppers, and yes, I'm using the yellow onion because that is what the traditional recipe calls for. If you can't stand it and you have to use a milder onion, then yeah, go ahead and use the red. But if you really want to experience like 1952 knocking on your door, you want to use the onion, and honestly, it mellows out in the dressing. Now with the kidney beans, I'm trying to drain them here. And I'm also going to rinse them. Like when I make chili, I don't rinse my kidney beans. I kind of like the sauciness of the beans. It adds a little bit of a dimension to the sauce. But for this recipe, yes, we are definitely going to rinse them. But don't worry about having to make sure they're super dry or anything. Just shake them out really well. Shake them all about. Do that hokey pokey and throw it up in the bowl. That's what it's all about. So now we've got all of our veggie ingredients in the bowl. Crisco. Why Crisco? Well, if you've ever made a cold salad with olive oil or even a dressing, you'll notice that in the fridge it hardens and gets super cloudy, and you have to let it kind of come to room temp before it'll ever be like a normal olive oil again. It's kind of gross. So when I make salads, I don't typically use olive oil. I'll use maybe canola, I'll use avocado, I'll use something else, but grandma used Crisco vegetable oil. That's what we're going to use. And white vinegar, not rice vinegar, not champagne vinegar, not the 98 different types of vinegars, apple cider, no, it's got to be white vinegar. This is a sweet and sour type of a dressing. It's not like a Thai sweet and sour, but it is supposed to be sweet and sour, hence the sugar. You can't leave this out, kids. So if you can't eat sugar for health reasons, or you just hate it, you don't want to eat it, then this salad is not for you. I'm sorry, you're missing out. It is delicious, but understandably, this is really kind of key to the dressing. And I can't see substituting it with even monk fruits or grandma didn't do that. It's got to be sugar. So now we're just gonna add it to the veggies, and I do the dressing separately to try to make sure that the sugar gets dissolved for the most part, and It just makes sure that all the ingredients are mixed together well instead of just dumping them on top of the veggies. So now you just stir. I like using a metal bowl. I find that it keeps the vegetables crisp and chills them so they're super cold. I love this salad super cold, and I snack on it all night long. And of course you're going to want to let it marinate, so definitely chill it for at least an hour before you serve it. All you have to do is cover it up, throw it in the fridge, let it chill, and it's delicious. Obviously it's a classic summer salad. We love it with sandwiches or just to munch on. Enjoy.